Hey, so I'm going to be teaching you how you can create your very own randomization technique in Geometry Dash. Now this is a quick disclaimer, I am going to be making a video on the history of randomization that will include a more in-depth tutorial, but I just wanted to get this one out so that people could make it for themselves. So go ahead and go into the editor, and you're going to want to set it to 4 times speed. This is just so that it's a little bit easier to go quickly through this randomization. You're going to want to put 2 collision blocks, one on the bottom, one pixel down, so they're slightly overlapping. You'll edit this one and add it to block ID 2 and give it a group of 2. You're going to do the same with block ID 1 and a group of 1 for the bottom one. Now we're going to add a move trigger, and we're going to move it 1 over, and we're going to also half space it. And we're going to give it a move time of 0.1 with a target group ID of 1. So this will move this block with our Y. So what we're going to do is we're going to check lock to player Y. We're going to do a similar thing with the group ID 2, except we're going to toggle it this time. And this is because we don't really want it to interact with anything until we want it to. So we're going to give it group ID 2, and then we're going to move it all the way over to the edge of this block, and then we'll activate it. So this should be a working thing. If we see it goes away for a second, and then it comes back. And that's how you know it's working. Now we're going to set up the portals. We're going to want 4 portals. We'll have a dual portal, a single portal, a ship portal, and then whatever portal you want it to end with. I'll just do a cube portal. And for ease of use, I'm just going to set this to a single portal. Now we're going to add the triggers that actually make this work. First, we need a collision trigger, and we'll single space it over just so that we can have a little bit of ease of use. We'll set the block IDs to the block IDs of these two, 1 and 2. And then we'll set the target ID to 3, because that's one we haven't used yet. And we'll set it to activate group. And I'm going to move this over too, just so that it's a little bit easier to see. And I'll move these up a little bit as well. Then we're going to add a pickup trigger. This will actually help us read what the randomization is outputting. Item ID 1, count 1, and spawn triggered. We'll add it to the group ID that we added to the collision trigger to activate. So group ID 3, because it's activating target ID of 3. Finally, we have to make this actually be random. So we're going to add the shake trigger. The reason this works is because RobTop, for some reason in the dual ship game mode, decided that the randomization of the shaking would affect the ship. So we'll set it to a strength of 7. Oh, that's mega hack. An interval of 0.05 and a duration of 0.1. This is a complete randomizer, this machine. It's pretty complicated, but once you understand how it works, it's pretty easy. So again, when I show my history of randomization, I'll be explaining exactly how it works, so if you want to see that, be sure to subscribe. So we're going to edit special, make it show item ID 1, and we can see that it's actually random. If we play it, it's showing a 1, a 1, a 1, a 1. Okay, I swear this is random. Okay, there we go. 0, 1, 0, 1. It kind of scared me for a second. You can tweak all of the amounts to make it more random, but this is 100% random. There's no way to control this. Now, in the level I made, that was a random level that I posted on Reddit that a lot of you guys have seen. I did add a mechanism to kill you whenever you clicked, so you can't accidentally, or you can't on purpose just manipulate the randomness, but that's a pretty easy machine, so you should be able to implement that on your own. So yeah, that's a simple randomness, and it's pretty cool. Bye.